offerfreetoyou.com. First of all, I have new hair. How do you like it? I chopped quite a big chunk off. Not me. I went, of course, to a salon. And I actually want to do a little shout out to Supercuts. Because you know what, ladies? They use Paul Mitchell products. Because I did some highlights and it's not easy to find cruelty-free salons who use cruelty-free hair dye. And they do, and they are affordable, so go and check out your Supercuts. So yeah, I'm quite happy about it. It took me too much, it was too much of a hassle, the long hair, to wash it. And it's getting hot now here, we're going swimming and all that stuff. So yeah, I quite really am happy and love it. I hope you like it too. Then the next thing I thought I'm gonna do today is talk a little bit about me, because I'm now on YouTube since a year and I really don't talk very much personal stuff. And I feel like some of you and me, we are like friends. So I wanna tell you a little bit about why and how and when I moved to America, because obviously I have a German accent. So yes, I'm born in Germany and lived there most of my life until I was 29. And my husband is not American, he is born in Germany as well, and my son is born in Germany as well. And we moved together with my son and my husband when my son was 1 year old. In fact, he had his first birthday a day before our flight to Florida. Why Florida? Mainly because it is warm. I had enough winter in my life. So much gray, cold, dragging winter in Germany. I'm from Berlin. It's a big city with 4 million people. So that is a completely different lifestyle. And I remember how hard the winter was with a baby, living in a city, in a small apartment. You know, there is not enough space for a stroller. The stroller was in the cellar. I had to, with all my winter clothes on, with a hat, with a big coat, I had to get that stroller out of the cellar, carry it a couple stairs up, carry it outside, get my baby. And this was a whole mess. I mean, I was sweating even though it was winter, but because of all the clothes, and I was still inside. As soon as I was outside, it kept snowing. My baby was screaming and I thought, for what did I even dress up and went outside? So it is living hell, living in a city with winter, with a baby. I can't recommend it. I'm so happy I'm here now. And yeah, the weather is one of the main reasons why we moved to Florida. How did we do it? Because it's not easy to get, you know, a visum and everything. Well, we have been one lucky family. There is a green card lottery. I don't know if you guys know about that, but every year America gives 55,000 green cards to people who they think are good for the economy here. They don't just give it to anybody. It sounds like a lottery. It's not really a lottery because you have to meet certain requirements. You have to have a certain kind of education, and you have to prove that you have enough money and that you have a plan on what you're gonna work. So it's not a completely win, and you actually also pay, but it doesn't matter because it's still the easiest way if you win than if you have to do a visum where, you know, it expires and you have to apply again and again. So it was the best, easiest, simplest way for us to get to the USA. And we have been many times before we moved in the USA. I would not have moved without knowing the country. We've traveled all of Florida, we've traveled in California, we did the Grand Canyon, all that good stuff. And with my son together, we did 2 years ago, I traveled to New York, and we did that by car, so we get to see so many states. I think we traveled through 13 states and did it really slow and took our time to see, you know, Washington DC, New York City, North Carolina, South Carolina, Savannah, the Great Smoky Mountains. We saw so much. It's amazing what America has to offer. All right, back to the day we moved to America. First of all, why Florida? I have to admit, we actually wanted to move to California, but it was just not possible to get a home in our price range. California still is way more expensive than Florida, but when we came, which was in 2006, the prices were crazy. Even in Florida, they were so much higher than today, but in 2006, I don't know, I would have to spend in California $1 million for a house that is really not looking like $1 million. In Florida, that house is maybe worth $200,000. So we quickly decided, let's go to Florida. And I mean, Florida has the advance of being much greener. It's just so luscious green. We have green yards. It also has its advantages to live in Florida. And I mean, our beaches, you can't beat that. The California beach is nothing like our beach, I think. And we live in Sarasota on the Gulf Coast, so our beaches are gorgeous. And it's still a little cold right now, but I mean, we have March, so it's a little cold to swim, I mean. We arrived here in 2006, a day after my son's birthday, where he turned 1. He could not even walk yet. And we arrived here with 6 suitcases. Yes, no more. We did not decide to bring our furniture. Me and my husband were together since I am 18 years old. So our furniture was really, we bought it back then. So we did not need to have to bring that. We said we start all over. So we had these 6 suitcases with a couple of clothes and with some toys from my son. Later I thought, how stupid of me to bring toys, because toys in America are way cheaper. I could have saved a whole suitcase for different things. And a thing which really troubled me was, you know, I paint pictures. You see maybe sometimes in the background, these pictures, they're all made by me. And I did that in Germany a lot too. So our apartment was full of all these pictures. So we didn't know how to bring them here, because it's not cheap to get a container to rent that and bring all the stuff here. That costs you thousands. So I thought that's not worth it, you know. So my husband had the smart idea to take off the canvas and roll it and bring it like that. But then at the airport, they did not allow it. And we were so desperate. Our flight was coming up in 30 minutes. We didn't know what to do. And you know what we did with all my pictures? I painted over years and years. We just left them there at the airport. And that troubles me until today. I don't know if they just landed in the trash, if somebody picked them up. I don't know. But today I'm thinking, how stupid. I mean, I know so many people in Berlin. I could have called anyone and just say, take them, leave them somewhere in your place, and we check out later how I get these paintings. But, you know, we were so stressed out. The whole thing was crazy. We had to sell our apartment. We had to get rid of all our furniture. We had to decide which clothes to keep, which not. It was a whole stressful thing. So really I had no minute to spend on how to do that, how to get my pictures, so we left them there at the airport. So that was one of the big mistakes about moving here. I find I'm still troubled by that. And it took me a couple years here that I started painting again because it hurt so much. So yeah, but now I'm back on my paintings. I paint a lot. I wish I would have more walls to paint even more, because what you're gonna do with all these paintings. And do I miss Germany? I do not. I prefer living here. The weather is nicer. It is just so much easier to live for me than in Germany, especially in a big city. What I do miss is food and good restaurants. So this is actually the main thing in America. I find, let's not say America, let's say Florida, because I do believe it is better in New York City or Chicago or whatever, but here in Florida most restaurants are chains, so the food is not that good, or you go in a good restaurant but then you pay a lot of money. And in Berlin it's quite affordable. There's a whole lot of competition going on. There is so many restaurants. You have to deliver good food, otherwise you don't have customers. They go to the next restaurant, and the food prices are not bad. You can go pretty affordable and have a good meal, while here you have to decide, do you have an affordable but not so good meal, or you go expensive. So yeah, I miss food, but other than that, and a little bit the lifestyle of, you know, we lived in a city and had all these cafes and restaurants in walking distance. So here that is not possible. No matter where I go, I have to use my car, and I think that is one of the reasons that over the years I gained also weight, which I got rid of recently. If you saw my how I lost 10 pounds video, I'm so happy about that. And we have also living my parents-in-law here in Florida. They followed us a couple years back, and that is a blessing because they are awesome grandparents for my son. And you know, we have a babysitter simply every time we need one. So that played out very well. Okay, yeah, I thought maybe that is interesting for some of you. Let me know if you have any more questions. And see you next time, ladies. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.